What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Tia, and I am back with another video. Excuse the ensemble, it's late. Well, it's not late, but it's bedtime. And like I say, I know a lot of my viewers are probably like, why every time she get on a video, she always looking busted or tired? That's because I am busted and tired. But like I said before, I'm not getting all gussied up for just to get behind the camera for 10, 15 minutes and then sit on my ass for what? Like, I'm giving you me, and this is me. Like, take it or leave it. If you don't like it, don't watch. But anywho, I want to thank everyone for viewing my Selena conspiracy theory video. It's up 107 views. Let's make it, and I really thank y'all. Let's make it to 107K. Let's make it to 200K. Like, let's get it. Let's keep it going. But also, I have other videos. So view some more of my other videos. Like, come on now. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it. But anyway, this is going to be a video about another conspiracy theory. And it's about my other favorite person, Michael Jackson. Now, before I get started, we all know Michael Jackson was born in Gary, Indiana. When was it? August. I don't remember the date, but August 1958. And he was known as one of the lead singer of the Jackson 5. Then he transitioned to solo and became this mega star. The greatest of all times. And he's one of my favorite artists. And I was thinking about his death. After looking at the views that I've gotten for Selena, I was like, well, why can't I can just do another video like that with my other favorite person. Now, it's what I will say, and I'm just gonna get cut right to the chase. Do I believe that the doctor killed Michael Jackson? I think he finished it off. He contributed to it, in my opinion. He contributed. But what I think really killed Michael was everyone. And I know y'all thinking like, what? How? Why would you say that? This is why I would say that. Words do hurt. Words do hurt. Remember that. Words can, depending on the person's state of mind, what you say can impact someone for the rest of their life. How you say it can also have a bigger impact for a person for the rest of their life. What you do can have an even bigger impact for a person for the rest of their life. You don't understand this? Let me break it down to you. So, for many, many, many years since the 80s, people have been talking about him in a positive way, but more in a negative way. They talked about his hair. They talked about him getting burned. They talked about him with his plastic surgery. They talked about his skin changing. They talked about the children molestation, all of that. Like, and the list goes on. Do you think just because he may put on a strong face to the world that he's not affected by it, but we don't know what he goes through once the curtains are closed. We don't know if all this causes depression. I know if I was in his state, I would be very depressed. Like, that's crazy. Like, words do hurt. And I feel like he, took in all of that negative energy, all of that negative sayings about him to heart, to the point where he couldn't take it anymore, which led to him using drugs and being addicted to drugs and all of that. And it just slowly broke his body down. Now, for those who say he wanted to be white and that's why he changed his complexion, no. That's for them ignorant bastards who I say is also a contributor to his death. Because for one, vitiligo is a skin disease. And how do I know? I don't have vitiligo, but I have a skin disease, and vitiligo is real. It's a skin disease that eats up your skin pigmentation, and it in different parts of your body, and it changes your color to pale, basically a pale white color, whatever the pigmentation that's under your actual natural skin. That's what was happening to him. The reason why he used makeup to even it out, because there was more of the white pigmentation than his brown pigmentation, if you get what I'm saying. He didn't want to look like a Dalmatian, so he just evened it out. He just used used a certain type of makeup to just make his skin even, because he didn't want to walk out looking like a spotted Dalmatian. Like, who would? So that's why he's more of a whiter complexion than he was when he had all his skin pigmentation. It was more the white spots than the black spots, than his melanin. So that's why he did that. He was very self-conscious of that. Like, he was I've been listening to interviews. I've heard people that were very close to him express it, that he very much loved his complexion as a black man. But because of his disease, it took over. And so now he had to do what he had to do to make himself feel whole, even though his complexion was gone. So he would, according to his ex-wife, Lisa Marie, she even said that when they would go to bed or get intimate, he will tell her to turn all the lights out so he can go to the bathroom and put the makeup on his face, put the makeup all over the body, all over his body that hides the spots, and then he comes to bed. He goes to bed with that makeup on. That's how self-conscious and he was about his appearance. He didn't like what he was turning into. The reason behind his plastic surgery had a lot to do with him being made fun of by his father. His father would constantly talk about his nose being too big. He was just very emotionally abusive to him and his siblings, but mainly to him. And he didn't like at first he liked his features, but when he was constantly being talked about by his own father, he started to doubt himself. Am I really ugly? Am I really am I actually attractive? Like, and so that once he got the money, his own money, he did what he thought would make him better by changing how he looked physically with the plastic surgery. And after a while, it gets addictive. Plastic surgery gets really addictive because he kept kept trying to find something wrong to fix it. And it just got way out of hand. And I will be honest, it got way out of hand. I think he should have stopped after the Bad album. That was when he should have stopped. But something, when you've been mentally abused and emotionally abused, it messes up your thinking process, and it makes you self-doubt yourself. And so if you got the money, you're going to do whatever you can to change it. And that's what he was doing. But it just went out of hand, just like Lil' Kim. But we're not going to go there. Then comes the child molestation accusations. I don't believe he did that. I don't. For one, he got to be a sick individual if he was molesting these kids, but then he still was in public with kids and still doing things with kids and still having this whole big amusement park filled with kids. Why would their parents continue to bring them around? Like, I don't really, it just doesn't fathom. There has been no proof. Where's the proof? There is no proof that he touched these kids at all. You can't go by what somebody say. There's no physical proof. No video, no none of that. Like they said with R. Kelly, there is physical proof that he did these things to these kids because there was a video out. So I never seen it, don't want to see it. But there is no proof that Michael did these things, and I don't believe he did. And a lot of his and family members would have said that, and they didn't. Now, LaToya, that was a whole different story. She admitted that she lied because her husband at the time had it out for him or whatever. So, whatever the case may be. But why would you continue to associate yourself with children if you have all these accusations? Come on now. And there is no physical proof. For one, I feel as though he surrounded himself with children because he didn't have a normal childhood. Of course, like when you've been in the limelight for over 40 years, starting at the age of 4, that's a very long time, and not be able to do normal kid things like go outside and play, go to school. He was always on the road, on touring and all of that. So he didn't have that normal childhood. He had to grow up really, really fast. Now that he was out of his father's care and he did his own thing, he wanted to relive the things that he missed. And that's nothing wrong with that. And I feel as though why people can't understand that when a child had to grow up really fast and miss that part of their life as a child, that they wanna you basically relive their childhood and make sure they get everything that they missed when they were younger. It's nothing wrong with that. And I just feel as though the media, ignorant people were the reason why he died. I feel as though they killed him. Because you can't, we only one individual. We can take some verbal effects, but when it comes to every direction, a person can't take but so much. And I feel as though that all that drove him to despair, to drug use, which ultimately caused him his death, because he just got tired. He got tired. That's just like picking at a tire. You keep picking at it, it's going to deflate. It's going to eventually die out. That's exactly what happened to Michael Jackson. People kept poking at him. You did this, you did that, you look like this, you look like that, you this, you that, you that. After a while, he gets tired and more drained and get tired of proving to people that he's innocent, that he loves his race, that he's not racist against blacks, that he loved being black, that he didn't bleach his skin, all of that. Like, he got tired of trying to plead with people that he is a good person, to the point where he's like, you know what? Y'all don't believe me? The fuck? I'm just going to numb my pain. I'm going to numb my pain through self-medicating. And then the doctor didn't do no better because he was basically giving it to him. Knowing knowing as a doctor, you know he didn't need it, but you kept giving it to him because you wanted that money. So he contributed to his death. But I think the world, the ones that was against Michael, the ones that were talking about him, joning on him, all of that, were the true ones that killed him. And that's my final answer. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, leave a message. I'll get back to you. Peace.